So Jay, you're celebrating your 2-year anniversary. Tell us a little bit about the company.
Well, sure. We're about 70 headcount strong. We've got offices in San Diego. We're actually starting one here in New Jersey as we speak, and we've got one in Manchester, UK. If you look at the business itself and what we are, we started the business under a couple of different ideologies. One was we wanted to be viewed as thought and subject matter leaders in our area of expertise, and the other is a bunch of guys who spent a lot of time scuffing our knees, fixing radio problems. We wanted to take that starch out of our customers' experience working with radios. So as we've developed and evolved, and if you look at what we are, we're not a radio manufacturer per se, although we have our own technology and intellectual property. We've got several patents underway that back up how and what and ways that we do things. But we are a systems house. We're a high-performance broadband networking house. We understand the ins and outs of interconnectivity, and in the end, if you look at what our goal has been from the onset, is to take the wireless out of wireless. So think of it as the engine inside your BMW. You turn the key, we go.
What makes you unique?
Well, I think there's a number of things. If you look at the IP that I talk about, a lot of times when you're looking at a radio network, you want to cascade link after link after link to get from point A to point B, because wireless has a number of limitations. Depending upon spectrum, the distance you can go and achieve availability is one of them. So we have developed ways of causing to have our radios talk hop to hop to hop, maintaining link availability, maintaining reliability, meaning bit error rate stays crisp and clean by tuning firmware inside of our engines, which is how we view our radios, not as radios, but they are the engines to our networks. And then ultimately making sure that we don't have to insert things like switches and media converters and the like. We do it all inside of the code, which is central to the NeXXcom radio engine and ultimately the NeXXcom radio network that provides everything from low latency to ultra high bandwidth. I think our radio strategy is also very definitive. I mentioned before, right now we're looking at 1 gig radios. We have designs to go to 10 and ultimately 100 gigabit radios. We're pioneering new spectrum as we speak, above 100 gigahertz for sub-millimeter wave capabilities, but all under that same premise and under the same set of intellectual property and beliefs and thought and subject matter leadership, which we believe, standing from where we are today, again, we could put a couple terabits across the river in wireless. That's a pretty exciting thing, especially from a cost per bit standpoint.
Final question, tell me about your business model.
So we started off a small business. Again, we're about 2 years old, and my partner and I decided from the get-go that we weren't going to go out and raise money. We were going to throw the dice, and we started building private networks for private clients, meaning that everything we did had to be profitable. So we started off on that basis and that basis alone, and have built it up. We've got north of 26 networks working right across that river today. We're evolving, however, based on market feedback to get into more of a shared bandwidth network model with partners. We have no ambition to become a carrier. We don't want to compete with carriers, but we are partnered with several of the fiber cables that are terminating in this building at 325 Hudson, and our goal is to work with them to extend their fiber either on a direct private client build or to say to their customer, we'll build it for you. We'll even do it at our cost or below our cost, and then team with a provider to give you recurring revenue options so you can pay out of an OpEx budget to have your connectivity and then hone all the benefits from a NeXXcom's radio intellectual property. So it's a morphing model, but I think that the fact that we've got that bifurcated approach gives our clients a tremendous amount of flexibility, and we're all about taking care of our customers, so that's why we go that route.
How's mobile driving your business plan?
Well, at the moment, the great thing that mobile is doing is it's sucking all the bandwidth out of the cell network. So, you know, we happen to be a broadband wireless player, so the more people that want to buy smart iPhones and get everyone go buy an iPhone 5 or an Android, I say use them to pieces, because it's going to force the carriers to need more supplement in the backhaul network. I mean, I'm sitting here right now, I can't get a signal sitting in New York, but you get that backhaul built up, that changes. So we're seeing that they're starting to get some pulls from it. We do some work with some of the carriers on backhaul environments. It's not our focus at the moment. We do a lot of carrier work, but we are certainly seeing that application pull and that bandwidth pull for us downstream is going to be a beautiful thing.
Thanks for your time, Jay.
My pleasure. Thanks so much.
Let me grab one of your cards.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's go.